Here we go.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. And they'll run again. And McKinnon is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Now they send a man in motion right. They'll try and run it here. And he is not going to make it. They stopped him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game.
Now, partner, in your day, you've seen a lot of option football. Did you ever expect to see this much in the NFL?
No, I saw it a lot at the college level when I saw it. They like to run it specifically around the goal line. Can be a good spot for it.
And defensive coaches hate seeing it because there's so many assignments that go into stopping it. They did on that play. They tried to keep it and pitch it out to the back trailing, and they stacked it up.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. 1 yard is the gain, and it'll give the Bengals a first down.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted.
Picked off by Ron Thornhill.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Caught. Kelsey, left side.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 25 yards that time. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. On first down now, run with McKinnon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10.
They run once more with McKinnon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. The right side going to be caught by Hardman. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
After 1, it's 9-0.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Come on, ready?
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
12. Stop.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
2 yards, good enough for first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. He's one of the bigger receivers in the game, CD, and his size that time certainly helped against double coverage.
Yeah, you're still at a little bit of a disadvantage when you're going against multiple defenders when they're trying to double you and sometimes triple you. But you're exactly right. With his build, he could minimize that disadvantage, and he more than held his own and hauled that one in right there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And they'll remain 2 scores back as this holds at a 9-point advantage.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 60 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're down a couple of scores, 16-0, as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22. Now Burrow on 1st down. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. Touchdown Bengals. Jamar Chase, 48 yards. And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that trims the lead down to 9. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing now is Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away. That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Gun.
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Burrow looking to pass.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play,
Here we go.
Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties from big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
And this is going to be intercepted.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
And everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They don't come off and they stuck it on now. What you think of? They ain't gonna take it on because they stuck it on there wrong. The last person who did that. I don't try.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
What's fried? Oh, do I want any?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
The ice cream and stuff.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 12, Burrow. He's got Higgins over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 4 at their 48-yard line.
Now it's Burrow.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Again, it's Burrow.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Justin Reed.
And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. Oh, he bowls over him.
For what?
The tight end was ball carrier. He was brought down to the 45-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
Yellow.
2nd and 4.
Hey, 57, 57.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Butker now to add the extra point.
What you talking about? Yeah, the other one has something in it.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Makes the score Chiefs 36, Bengals 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
Now a hit and a loose football. And I think the Chiefs have it, they do. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away.
Oh, he's right.
And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Hey, Ripley.
Now receiver in motion left. McKinnon now going to try the left side. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Three quarters in the books. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. It's Kelsey on the grab. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Going quickly out to the right side. Touchdown! Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
What are you talking about?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5, maybe 4 or 5. What happened?
Gun.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things.
Oh, this is not pass interference.
The self-inflicted wounds. They've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play. Here we go. To hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow.
The pass to Boyd, and he brings it in on the crossing route.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And 22 more yards there and another 1st down. 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey.
Down the sideline he goes. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins on the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have, where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Stop!
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Once again, they run with Mixon, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Lee Chanel.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Hold on, like putting on 2 clock. That reason right there. Put on 2 clock. It's automatic. I feel sorry for you.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football.
And then it just made me touch.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals come up with a late turnover. But it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.